Growing up, I was obsessed with video games. I remember getting my first ever laptop and playing GTA non-stop, or going to the gaming parlor just around the corner to play God of War for just an hour, and spending way too much time on that one GTA Vice City mission. Still haven't completed that one. I dreamt about the day where I could afford my dream PC and have the time and money to spend towards any game I could ever want. And yet, as I got older and began to achieve that dream, my motivation to play those games started to fade. I have so much time now and an amazing system, as well as the luxury to afford any game I could ever want. So, why do games no longer feel fun? I had to force myself to open new games, and even then, I wouldn't play them. I just sit there staring at my screen. Nowadays, it seems like a lot of people are going through the same thing as they reach the end of being a teenager and kind of head into their 20s. Their love for something that once dominated their childhood is now wavering. If that sounds familiar to you, then this might be the video for you. Recently, I've been looking for different ways to reignite that passion for video games I once had so that they can feel fun for me again. In this video, I'm going to be going through 5 tips that I believe will help you once again be able to enjoy video games. This one would sound a bit stupid or crazy to you guys, but hear me out. Playing games isn't necessarily immersing yourself in just the game. There's quite a lot you can do outside the game to get yourself in the mindset of winding down and relaxing. Humans are creature of habit. If you get yourself into the habit of getting your gaming environment to be more comfortable, it will make you feel more excited when that time to chill out finally comes. Pick out your coziest clothes, plan a dinner or some snacks that are fun to eat while you play, and make sure you have some more and other drinks so that you don't have to get up in the middle of a session. Maybe hype yourself up with some music from the game or from something else before you play. If you make this a huge big deal over getting to sit down on your chair or couch and just getting to play some games for a few hours, it will feel way more fun, not only during the session but all the way up to whenever you planned it for. Plan what are you going to play, what you will eat, and most comfortable clothes to wear during the session. It's kind of like planning a date with yourself, only it's not sad. I promise. The thing is, if you're gonna do it, you should do it right. This is a super fun way to get back into the games that you're already really familiar with. Maybe that passion for a game you have played for years is still there, and you're just looking for a way to mix things up to give yourself more incentive to continue playing. The best thing about this tip is that you can pretty much apply to any game you'd like to play. Pick a game or even a collection of games and just go into it with a specific challenge in mind. It could be trying to win a game using only one specific weapon or attempting to beat the hardest difficulty in the game. It could be limiting what characters you use or what controls you are allowed to use or just trying to complete it within a specific amount of time. The thing is, they don't even have to specifically be challenges. Something else that you can do is just set specific goals for whatever game it is you are playing. Sometimes the act of just playing the game can be too vague to get excited for. So, making the action you want to complete within the game more specific can help you get more focused on just getting to the game. I think one of the hardest pills to swallow when it comes to gaming is that maybe the game that you put all those hours into every single day is just not fun. Any game can be someone's favorite, but it would be a lie to say that every game ever created was just created to be a good game. If the games you play make you feel frustrated, annoyed, or like you're just wasting your time, then it might be the time to try some new games. And trust me, this is coming from someone who used to think Brawlhalla was fun. I mean, like it can be, but most of the time it's not. Leaving your comfort zone can help you immerse yourself in worlds that maybe you have never tried before. This is definitely the hardest step on the list, and I fully acknowledge that making friends can be hard. I have recently been trying to branch out online to find people who play the same games as me, but nowadays the internet is so saturated with so many different types of people, and figuring out who you get along with or who plays this game the same way as you do is a challenge in itself. But it still pays off once you finally find them. Reaching out at all is difficult. Not everyone you meet will be the right person for you. This tip itself might not even be for everyone. You could be very comfortable playing games on your own, which is completely okay. I do really like the single player experience sometimes. But if you've been avoiding sending that game request message because you're worried it will all go wrong, sometimes you just have to force yourself. Worst case scenario, it's not fun and you can just leave. But the best case scenario, you make some long term friends to play the game and maybe move with. This last tip might be for you, while the other tips on the list might seem hard. This might be the only one that you are upset to hear. That's why I kept it for the last. But unfortunately, it's just true sometimes the best thing you can do when you don't enjoy something you used to is to take a break. I believe the reason this doesn't work for a lot of people is because they don't commit to it. If you want to try to take a break from gaming, you should really try to focus on other things in your life, such as hobbies or spending time with friends and family. If you keep trying over and over to enjoy the same games and it's not working, then what harm is there in taking a week or two to spend that time on something else? Of course, it's not that simple, but maybe you can combine it with some other tips on the list to make it easier. In the end, I would like to say that, of course, there are so many other factors as to why games can be hard to enjoy nowadays. There are problems such as having too many options, not being able to access or run the games you enjoy. However, 9 times out of 10, burnout is the biggest factor, and taking a proper break can help you take a step back and reapproach games with a new mindset.